this town was built. All this neighborhood had 2 levels.
Don't trip over the cords.
I see it.
But it got the name. After having a trial, the Inquisition allowed the condemned people to come here. During the 1300s. The old, this one was built on the 3rd century AD. 300 years after this town was founded. But when it was founded, it was in peace, the Roman peace, which means they didn't need a wall to protect. On the 3rd century AD, the Romans started fighting with each other. It was painting, whitewashing the houses, using this ribbon in yellow around windows, around the doors to avoid the bugs, and it really works. You see, just during the COVID, the confinement, I had no work, and I just moved my house on the last days of December. So I needed to fix things because it was an old house from 1950s, and I had, for the first time in my life, I painted a house outside. And I did it the best as I could, and when I put the yellow part, the yellow brush on the white, it's amazing how the bugs disappear. The little ants, they fell down, they get upset with the contrast of color. It works. Another interesting thing is from the Mauritius, if you ever visit Morocco or any Islamic country, you will see that outside houses are very simple, pretty much the same. Here, if you see, the houses are nice but quite similar. They said if you put your house very decorated outside, it just makes your neighbors jealous. So don't do that. The best. They're very 2 important ones. And if you look to under their feet, on the right hand side, we have several symbols like a man and a woman that represents that each church is built not only by stone but by every man and women that believe in God.
Here we are, another church.
Not because people were in fact very devout, but because the way how the south of Portugal, I mean from Lisbon, which is mainly white, gray, and pink. Everything here is Portuguese marble except the statues of the angels on the top, which came from Rome, and they were made by bringing her to heaven. All cathedrals in Portugal are dedicated to Virgin Mary. Good condition. And that is something strong. We call her Our Lady of Ouro. In Portuguese, we call Nossa Senhora do Ó. And why that name? Ouro. Well, the body of an eagle holding a rabbit. It is a way to say, well, Jesus is also represented as a lion. The eagle is the holy bird. 78. Answer a request to the king of Morocco that was fighting with his uncle. And he said, if you help me, conquering my uncle's kingdom, I will give you half of their lands. It's his lands. And I think our king that was a young boy, 24 years old, and he was worried for no action, too much peace in his time life, he organized a group of 11,000 men, the la crème de la crème of the knights of Portugal, to go to Morocco. It was on the 4th of August. Here it's very hot in summer. In Morocco, still more. It was a disaster. The king disappeared. He said it was a foggy morning. Nowadays, when we have a foggy morning, we ask, where's King Sebastian? Because he disappeared. No one see anymore his body. And most of the other knights were arrested or killed. So it was a terrible thing. And our king had no kids, no brothers or sisters. So we had a problem. And who is going to run the country? Well, the closest relative was his uncle. That was a cardinal here in Africa. But a cardinal, he could not get married. He even became a king and trying to find a solution, but he died. And the king of Spain, that was son of a Portuguese princess that married with the king of Spain. You see these marriages, these weddings? He claimed the right by bloodline to be king of Portugal. And he did. And it took 60 years to have a new generation prepared to claim the right to be king, to have a king in Portugal. Well, on the 1640, on the 1st December, at the same time in Barcelona, in Catalonia, there was a group trying to get their kingdom back. Still then, they still are looking for independency in the Catalans. The Portuguese decided to try his luck. And it was not something easy because our army was this size compared to the Spanish army. So the man, the noble that became later the next king of Portugal, went to a chapel, praying to Virgin Mary, please help give strength to my men. We are such a small army. But last minute, with the help of the British, we succeed. The day after the king was coronated, he went to the same chapel, took his crown and gave to Virgin Mary. Since that day, no more kings or queens in Portugal use the crown because she is the Queen of Portugal. So we don't have a monarchy anymore, but we keep celebrating our Queen on the 8th December, Our Lady of Conception's Day, Queen of Portugal. And she doesn't ask us taxes, which is good. So that is a big thing in Portugal. That's why we keep representing her with a crown.